Good evening, everybody.
Yo.
It's been too long. It's been at least, it's been 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks?
It's been absolutely ages, yeah. It's been
because I was in Cyprus for 2 weeks and we've had days either side of it. So yeah, about 3 weeks. Shit.
You're back, man?
I'm back. I'm home. Fucking hate it. No, I'm quite glad to be back, actually. There's only so long you can spend abroad before, for me, because I'm a home bird, before I want to come back. So awesome time, but happy to be home and get back in the garage, do some recording.
As you said earlier as well, the last time we'll be in this
particular garage, correct.
We're going to have to go and rent a garage.
But we'll still be in a garage, I swear to God. So, let's initiate the post-Cyprus podcast. Let's do it.
Let's go there.
It's David.
It's Phil.
This is Two Guys, One Garage. Let's go. Hey guys.
Hello everyone.
Cup of tea, yummy. English breakfast tea. Milk, 1 sugar, trying to cut down.
So is there an evening and an afternoon tea then?
There's not. It's just
a breakfast
English
tea.
breakfast tea.
Well, I'll be down.
You can have. Can you hear that cackling from outside, Phil?
Yes, that is a drunken middle-aged lady with a drunken middle-aged man.
Can they fuck off?
I think I say, can they fuck us?
Can they?
Probably. We'll ask them. Yeah, hopefully they will fuck off.
Phil, how the fuck are you?
I'm pretty good, mate.
You
pretty
good?
Damn good.
Yeah.
How the hell are you, more importantly, after that?
I am...
What is essentially a bit of a dangerous mission, because you're getting a little bit closer to some interesting territories.
Yes.
We're crossing Cyprus.
Being at Cyprus, I'm very close to Turkey and Syria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nearly... I'm in spitting distance from Jihadi John and his cronies, but didn't see him.
No?
No.
Those bastards.
But going back to your question, I'm very relaxed. Had a great time. Massive congratulations to Ryan and Joanne on their wedding. It's fantastic. It's a brilliant day. Really happy for them. It was nice to see all Ryan's family, and it was nice to spend time with friends and my girlfriend. And yeah, it was just brilliant. Brilliant. Chill in the sun and have a laugh. It doesn't get much better than that, man.
No, the Mediterranean's just lush, isn't it?
It's a lovely
compared
place.
to northeast England.
Well, you see, I still think the northeast has its merits.
Oh, it's pretty lush.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but weather-wise, it isn't at all. Like, it's crap, isn't it? Yeah. Unless you're into like grey skies and feeling pretty cold most of the time.
Well, this is true. Do you want to tell the listeners where we're going on Sunday, Phil?
Well, we're going to be taking a little trip to Chillingham Castle.
Yeah, we're taking a little Two Guys, One Garage school trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking forward to getting up there and getting in the heart of Northumberland and going to that creepy, freaky castle. And
It's a class castle.
it's really gothic. Yeah, I love the fact that they've got loads of like leftover tartan, like old furnishings just lying around. It hasn't been like tidied up, and like it doesn't look like Bamburgh Castle, for example. Nothing's like, there's not much stuff behind glass that's sealed off, and it's just
like
an old castle that you just walk around.
It's just like, welcome, just come on in.
Do you think it's funny though? Because in the castle they've got people have stolen things in the past, but they've had to bring them back because they've been cursed from it.
What? Really?
I think when we go in one of the first rooms, we'll see it. It's like a note. Like there's a few sheets of paper that say, "Oh, I took this. I'm sorry. I've been plagued with nothing but bad luck ever since I took it. Things have happened in the house, so they brought it back."
Well, immediately the skeptic in me says,
"Market employee?
Is that really them, or is that them trying to like, or is that the people that work for the castle trying to like just scare you and gone?
Well,
look,
this
I
is
don't fucking like anything. You awesome.
That's you being skeptical, Phil. How dare you?
What have
you done for the past 2 weeks?
Good question. Pretty much nothing. Just drank some beer, lifted some weights.
My God, you're a beast.
Yeah, no, mate.
Now, rumour has it rumour has it that Ryan and Josh are going to listen to this in Norway.
Oh.
And make a drinking game out of it. So feel free to join in. Anybody else that's listening to this, just apparently they're going to do it every time either I say something fucking ridiculous or either me or Phil speaking in an American accent. So
that was another. There was a couple of things that Ryan said the last time as well, wasn't there?
What was that?
What other examples? Other like cues for them to start drinking or to take a shot or whatever. That was the American accents, as you say. Oh, what the hell?
Tangents? If we went off on a tangent? I think you'd be fucked about 5 minutes into the podcast.
Easily.
Depending on what you're shotting. Let's say whiskey. Come on, boys. If you're going to do it the manly way. Actually, no, because then you're like not enjoying the whiskey drink, are you?
Yeah, but...
You're using it as a sauce to get fucked.
But why not? You know? It has many uses.
It does.
You glass somebody with it if you had to. You can drink it because it tastes nice and you enjoy it, or you can drink it because you want to get absolutely fucked up. I'm sure there are other things. You could probably use it a bit of a Molotov cocktail and all if you had to.
I've took whiskey in the eye before.
What, like a shot in the eye, like Eyeball Paul, Kevin and Perry?
And it's nasty, like.
My mate did that with vodka once. What's it like? Does it stink for ages, or does it just stink for a couple of minutes?
I can't really remember. All I know is it's fucking nasty, man. Took it in the eye with like, because it was when I worked at Langley Castle. So they had like the little bottles you get in like fridges in hotels and things, and I just took like, I think it was a spoonful in the eye. Fuck, it's so nasty. It does. It feels horrible.
What, you friggin' poured some whiskey on it with a spoon and then put your eyeball.
It was either a spoon or the cap of the bottle. I'm not sure. I think it was a spoon and just like poured it in.
Oh, you pulled your friggin' eyelid forward.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
Go big or go home, boy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Did you get fucked off it?
Only did one, and I can't really remember. I don't think it was that bad.
I can't remember.
But then again, back in the day, you know, fucking Shandy would have had me on my back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, a responsible drinker, aren't you?
I do have a glass of whiskey here tonight. I'm drinking tea at the minute, but there is a bottle of Black Rose right next to me here. You want to give that whiskey a smell, Phil?
Go on then. Yeah.
Scottish blended malt whiskey, that, isn't it? No, it's not malt, but it's blended Scotch whiskey. Anyway.
I couldn't be trusted with stuff like that.
What, stuff as strong as that?
Yeah, I would just probably end up in hospital because I would just keep drinking until I was fucked. Imagine you could get fucked pretty quickly without realising it, and the next thing you know, you've been a hole in your stomach. You're like, oh shit, alcohol poisoning now. Time to ring 999. I'm fucked.
Me and Chris have discussed this many times. Whiskey's a man's drink. Don't fuck around with whiskey because it'll fuck back twice as hard. It will.
Baby buck's back. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to start a war with whiskey. Used to do vodka back in the day, and you know, vodka blackouts and all that kind of crazy
blackouts.
Shit. And you're just like,
I could never get away with vodka.
It's too easy to drink.
Vodka Red Bull's okay, but vodka as a lone drink, nah, I can't drink it by itself.
It's a bit Russian, isn't it?
It does a bit of Russian. Yeah.
Ruski.
Yeah. I do like a nice whiskey, as you'll remember from the stag do in York.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened, man? What happened that night? And you got no idea.
Such a class night, that. Such a class day.
I just remember coming back to the room. Me and Phil were sharing a room. Coming back to the room, there's no one there. I put something on the telly. Fall asleep, wake up, there's Phil in the room. Fall back asleep, wake up the next morning, there's Phil's lying asleep on the bed next to us. Fall asleep again, wake up, Phil's not there. Motherfucker comes out the bathroom, there he is. Then we just proceeded to spend the next, 3 or 4 hours just talking shit.
Yeah.
But it was class.
Feeling like absolute shit as well.
Feeling like shit.
Just feeling like worse than, well, I'm sure you could feel worse, like, but just feeling like if you had to go through that every day, you'd probably like just end it all. You'd be like, fuck that. I'm not.
I think Gaza does, doesn't he?
But alcoholics don't really get hungover, do they?
Do they not? Because they're so used to it.
If they're like fucked if they don't drink.
Yeah. It's funny how it flips on you like that. How you'll feel shit if you have it now and again, then you cross that line when you have it all the time.
It's just that's a physical addiction, isn't it?
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah. Imagine that. Being physically addicted, like in terms of like Gaza, you know, wanting to drink that much.
Aye, it absolutely destroys your life. But It's more like it's deeper. It's not just a case of the drink is so addictive. It's like now there's reasons why that person is like susceptible to becoming addicted.
Yeah, weak. Is it like? Do you think we class as like a weak? Do
it again. The standard childhood cliche. It's just how your brain developed,
right?
From being young.
Yeah,
and there's some argument that there's some like genetic stuff there as well, like that could predispose you to being addicted to stuff, but it's not like a predetermination, which we'll get into.
Yeah, you see, yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, I want to talk about.
We've got a couple of crazy fucking things to talk about.
Yeah, one of them being ISIS and the fact that I think we briefly discussed this over the internet when I was in Cyprus, but the fact that they've apparently beheaded Alan Henning, the British aid worker.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me just emphasise that. Aid worker. Not a soldier.
Yeah.
Not a politician. An aid worker who was over there trying to help people.
Just trying to clothe and feed starving children.
And they've took his head off.
Oh, they're nice guys, like.
What the fuck is going on, Phil?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Well,
what drives a person to do it? Well, it's not just that. I've seen footage on it's the media, so you can't always believe it, but I think this is pretty much the truth, that there was some Syrian forces that surrendered to ISIS and they just fucking killed a lot of them.
Oh, they'll do that, like.
They just don't give a fuck. They'll just kill anyone.
I've seen a couple of clips as well where I'm thinking, you fucking assholes. Like, they'll get them to start, say they'll capture some soldiers and they'll have them in like a pickup truck, on the back, like the trail on the back. And that they've got guns pointed at them and stuff, and that, and they're getting them to chant like Islamic State, whatever, and they go along with their whole thing. But then they'll just butcher them anyway. So like these guys are having to go along and pretend that like we're all for Islamic State, but then they're just gonna get like friggin' shot in the back of the head or like decapitated anyway. Makes you feel like. Should just go, fuck your Islamic State, you arsehole. When you're like in the chill with the guns on you, I'm gonna fucking die anyway. Fuck the lot of your heads. Just got out in a blaze of glory, just punch one of them and then just get shot.
I'll tell you what, get Jihadi John in this garage with us, right?
Obama, you suck the dick with many pagan gods.
I'm not against war. Sorry, I'm totally against war.
The complete opposite.
The opposite of what I just said. I'm totally against war. I don't believe in war. I think it's insane. And the fact we're still doing it in the 21st century with the technology we've got and, the outlook we've got and the hindsight of things that have passed. And the fact we're still doing it's fucking ridiculous. But then again, it's all about the money. But I think something needs to be done about ISIS. I know often, you read conspiracies about the media doing things to favour using force, and you don't always see like both sides of it. But in terms of ISIS, Islamic State, ISIL, whatever Obama wants to call them,
because
they need to be wiped out.
Because somewhere down the line, it does appear to be factual that they definitely chased loads of like Christians out of a village, and they ended up like up some mountain, halfway up a friggin' mountain, with nothing. Like that seems like alright. That is what they're doing.
The fact of the matter is, ISIS and all the followers that are involved with ISIS are grade A cunts. Right? They believe in a radical belief system that, as far as I can tell, has very minimal relation to the source material that they're said to believe in. They're just a tribe of mental motherfuckers. Let's be honest. They've gone beyond believing in what they believe in. They're just taking it to ridiculous extremes.
Yeah, something I read that I found like
it's sick,
particularly mental. I was like, whoa, these guys are legitimately crazy. Was that how, like, generally speaking, Muslims don't like Jews, and who's like the in Palestine? Who's like that group? Is it Hezbollah or something like that?
I don't know.
Or Hamas? That shows you how much I know. It begins with an H. One of the two. Probably two completely different groups. Either way, they said that these Islamic State dudes would rather because they want like to purify like the Islamic people. So they want all Muslims to believe their brand of Islam, and so they would rather deal with the Muslim Palestinians first, like even though they're fighting the Jews. So they'd rather like sort them out and then go for the Jews. So it's not like they wouldn't want to just join and be like, right, let's fight a common enemy. They're like, nah, we want to fucking purify you. Other type of Muslim bastards, because that's how they see them as like just as fucking wrong as like Christians and shit. And I was like, "Whoa, that is crazy that they would be like they are like a state in and of themselves, and they literally are." Do you know what ISIS even stands for? I've only found this out today.
No.
Stands for Islamic State.
I presumed Islamic State.
Yeah, in what was it? In Iraq and Syria. And then I learned they've actually got like a canny big chunk of like Iraq and Syria that they've like taken over.
Really?
And have just classified as they call it like caliphate or something. I forget how to pronounce the word. But it's basically this like land where they're like, right, this is like essentially a country.
Yeah.
In and of itself, so they are actually creating a genuine state. It's the newest like country in inverted commas.
So how many strong are they?
That's a good question, right?
Because
well, some people will estimate like 3,000 to 5,000, right? And then other people are saying like 30,000, and then some people are saying like 100,000.
How can they take over cities? Where the fuck have they got the firepower from?
Good question, mate.
How are they going around with huge missiles on the backs of trucks? Where's this coming from?
Yeah, really good question.
Why are they driving about in brand new fucking like trucks?
Well, because what they'll do is, well, that's just what I gather is what they're stealing from like the Iraqi army. You know, because the Iraqi army was trained by the Americans,
yeah.
And these dudes have managed to like push them back and get the Iraqi army to retreat and surrender like territory and stuff. And then from there, they've just been like, right, and we'll take. That's good. Supposedly they have a Scud missile. Fucking Scud missile, these crazy bastards. There's a list actually on, I don't know if it was on Wikipedia or something, but there was a list of some of the weapons that they actually have. Like tanks and fucking anti-tank
They've got
missiles.
tanks.
I think they've got a couple of tanks. And you know them like Jeeps with friggin' machine guns on the back and shit. Oh, they've got all that kind of shit.
You know what scares me though? The idea of there being people who believe in exactly what they believe in. In America, in this country, who haven't joined over there, but they believe in their belief system and they want to do the same things over here.
Yeah, and these
war at home.
These IS dudes, they will encourage people to come back and just tear shit up. Just like, if you're going back to the country that can't, say if you're one of these dudes from Britain, you're going over there, you know, get indoctrinated and all that kind of crap. And then they'll be like, well, if you're going back, definitely just indiscriminately shoot at people. just fuck people up if you can.
How scary
That's a good thing to do.
How scary is that? Do you know what? That's part of the reason that I'm not surprised that a lot of the British have the mentality that like Muslims are bad because of all the hate they see on TV and all of the evil acts that these supposed Muslims are doing.
You know, Al Qaeda, they were like sort of affiliated at one point in time, and then I think it got to the point where Al Qaeda were like, nah, these guys are just fucking twats. Fuck it, we don't want to be affiliated with these guys anymore. So even they,
even Al Qaeda said, "Whoa, no, fuck no, fuck no." Not that they'd speak like that, like, "Oh, fuck no, fuck no." It winds us up, and I try not to get like emotionally invested in stuff I see on the news, but you just think, what drives these people to have so much hate? How can they just kill and kill and kill?
Somewhere down the line, they feel like they're legitimately under attack, don't they?
Yeah.
Or at least that's the propaganda that they use to get a lot of people on their side, anyway. And if you feel like someone's attacking you, these dudes are generally like pretty ferocious by nature, and they're like, "Well, you attack us, we're going to attack you," and
they don't care about dying.
Yeah, like I was watching this documentary earlier, and this they were going over one lad. This was in the Islamic State. I think it was like part of Syria. It was the capital. I forget what they call it, but they've like set up this capital for the state inside Syria. Fucking weird. And in this one lad that was going on, he was saying, "Oh, do you get to see family much? Do you get to spend much time with family?" He was like, "No. There's more important things than family, such as like fighting for Islamic State and doing God's work and stuff like that." And he was, and this other chap was saying that if they can like. Oh, dude, seriously. Totally lost my train of thought there. I started looking at your phone. Where the fuck was I? Yeah, basically they want like a life full of punishment and hardship. They believe brings them closer to God.
That's insane.
Like, so in a sense, they actually thrive on that, which has got to be like a psychological thing to try and I don't know, maybe settle your mind. Like, if you're in a place where there's so much shit, and you can like turn that into like something good,
Yeah.
that's probably like a psychological theory that can like make sense of why that would occur. But I was like, fucking hell, these chaps like really are like they're up for it. Like, you know, like,
they don't give a shit.
They're not like anybody else.
Ah.
It is scary shit. Like,
That's terrifying, man.
And the ISIL thing, because they've had loads of different names, but one of them was ISIL, ISIL, and that was Islamic State of Iraq and I don't know how you pronounce this, Levant, Levant. Levant, I don't know how they pronounce that, but that's like some area in the Middle East which like encompasses Iraq, Syria, like Lebanon, and fucking Cyprus. I was like, shit, my family live in Cyprus.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, like, what if they just like start sending people like, luckily Britain's got like a base in Cyprus and stuff like that.
It's scary. It's scary how close. Because I looked on the map before I went on holiday. Not a wise decision.
Yeah,
it's scary how close,
really fucking close
Cyprus is to those areas.
Yeah, and Turkey.
It's really fucking close.
They're wanting to. They're really pissed off with Turkey because supposedly, I don't know how this has developed. I don't know like when this was taking place. Probably still taking place now. This like argument between Islamic State and Turkey, but the Turks have this like dam or something that they're like closing off the water supply to Islamic State like across the border.
Good.
Yeah, and they're like, if you don't fucking open up that water supply, we're gonna come in and fuck you up. So Turkey's like started sending like troops to the border and shit like that.
Even wait, have you seen the pictures, man? Where they've got all the tanks are lined up on the hill.
No.
Have you not seen that footage?
In Turkey?
It's out. You know that city that Islamic State are currently trying to take over, Kobani or something is?
Oh right, yeah.
Well, I think that's is that on the outskirts of Syria or is that on the outskirts of Turkey? But anyway,
couldn't tell you.
The Turkish army has got tanks stationed on the hills.
Shit.
I remember seeing this footage last week, and they're not going in, but they're just hanging about, and it's just like, well, you know, sooner or later, somebody's gonna have to break cover. But it amazes me that Islamic State are taking over this city. This is the city that's currently being, you know, that's got airstrikes happening. You know, Australia's involved. We're involved. Are we involved yet?
Yeah, we're
America's involved. And
Canada, I think, as
well. Canada involved as well.
I think they might be. I'm not doing quotes on that.
It's just amazing. They've started. I tell you what they've started doing. So they've started putting up Turkish flags on the buildings that they've taken over, pretending they're Turkish. It's Islamic State. They're clued up with what they're doing, but it just amazes me how we haven't stopped them yet.
Yeah, and
it can't be that hard, surely.
That's what I was thinking all day. I was like,
the technology we've got, and the fact they all wear black and they've got them black flags.
I know.
White vans. Oh wait, come on.
I know.
We know where they are.
It gets the conspiracies going, doesn't it? But yeah, it's crazy. But another thing about like what's also fucked up about them is like the finances, like where they get the money. These lads have got like there's some fucking assets that are in the banks of IS. Like, well, basically they'll go into like into a city and they'll just ransack the place. They'll just rob the banks. They'll take any gold they can get, very valuable commodity. They will literally rob banks, like just gone in the vault and right, let's take all that shit. And also oil fields that they've taken over. They'll sell the fucking oil to the Turks illegally, and they reckon they're making like some estimates are $1 million, and this other I don't know, dude or whatever estimated perhaps even up to $3 million a day on selling oil illegally in Turkey, like to the Turks.
Unbelievable. When will they stop them, and how will they be stopped?
I've got no idea, man.
Where does this end?
Well, they keep recruiting them because this is how crazy the world is. It's not just like, oh, those guys over there perpetrating all this crazy shit. It's like, no, there's plenty of fucking lunatics and nut jobs out here, and in France, and in America, and in Canada that want to join them. They reckon they're like that. There's loads of like thousands of foreigners.
Really?
Like joining them, aye. I mean, you can't really rely on the people in Islamic State to give you accurate estimates.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're going to want to use like propaganda to make themselves appear to be really like strong and whatnot. But I think it's generally accepted that hundreds, if not thousands, of like foreign soldiers.
Why can't we just live in a world where we'll have Jedi Knights?
who can
Just
slice
send in the
shit out of
Jedi's with our lightsabers, and we'll just keep us of the peace.
Oh, well, I'll tell you
We'll
what,
sort it out.
the fucking closest thing we've got to that.
Yeah.
Special Air Service, British SAS.
British SAS. Where them motherfuckers at?
What? Where they're based?
Where are they? What they're doing now? Are they not going in now?
Yeah.
They're going in.
Supposedly they've went in. Is it probably somewhere in Iraq? I'd imagine, and they're going to try and supposedly. I don't know where the internet gets this information from. So it's not going to be fucking covert ops guys, but they're trying to gather intelligence specifically, I think, on that Jihadi John and in a group what they call the Beatles. I shit you not. You know that Jihadi John guy?
Yeah.
There's a couple of them, and they call themselves the Beatles.
What?
One of them calls himself Ringo, and they call themselves John is obviously that's John Lennon there, Jihadi John, and these are like specifically British, like Islamic State members.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the SAS...
Arseholes.
Yeah, I think that... supposedly they know the identities of 3 of these guys, of the Beatles. And I think they know the identity of this Jihadi John guy. And I think basically they're trying to... I'm running the impression that they're going in there to try and get these arseholes out of there and potentially free up some hostages if they can.
Osama bin Laden style.
Yeah.
Like...
What was that? SEAL Team 6?
Yeah, that's kind of like conspiracy based and like sort of dodgy. So
that was too fishy for me.
We'll not go into that, like, because we'll keep it real light. But it was fishy. Just the fact they disposed of his body in sea and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, fair enough. It's an unholy way to be laid to rest. But at the end of the day, it's not a professional way to do things.
Yeah, it's like America.
Since when
they're not Muslims.
Exactly. So why would they give a fuck?
They're more than happy fucking killing them.
Exactly.
So why the fuck would they? Well, I'll tell you what. They've killed tens of thousands of innocent civilians who are Muslims. But this particular Muslim, we're going to have to abide by the rules here and very much say in accordance with the laws of the Almighty Quran.
That way you can't have a holy passing. Motherfucker, who gives a shit?
Fucking weird. Strange world.
Really fucking ridiculous. Now let's talk about the next big thing. A few podcasts back, we're talking about an apocalypse.
Don't fucking scare me with what you're
Bitch, it might happen. This Ebola thing.
Don't you? No, you fucking said it. I know, I'm absolutely shit scared of Ebola. Well, I'm not. Am I? Yes, I am. I told you.
Tell me about what Ebola does to you. Am I right in believing that it just totally shuts everything down, makes you bleed?
I think it basically makes you bleed from pretty much every orifice in your body, like.
Doesn't it? Don't your organs and everything start shutting down? And
I would imagine.
Is that right? It takes 12
like
days.
Like a lot of like internal
die,
bleeding and stuff. Yeah. I think it's one of the like worst diseases, like one of the most gruesome diseases.
And it's probably been handled one of the shittiest ways ever. You know, people.
You reckon? Like what?
Yeah,
like in Britain and stuff.
People that are working with, more so in the area in Africa where it's going on, but people are just flying backwards and forwards. And yeah, sure, I've worked with the Ebola patients. Just going to go back to Texas and die. Because that guy died in Texas.
Crazy,
there was a few in Europe.
Yeah,
was there one in Macedonia?
Spanish in Madrid. There was was it Madrid?
We haven't got any here, have we? There's none in the UK yet.
No.
I
don't believe so. Fucking long may that continue.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
Because we're an island.
But this, yeah, fuck, we're trapped. What I don't get though is how they say it's like not like airborne. It's not an airborne virus,
but it could be. I mean, technically, it is airborne because people who could have it are in airplanes.
Yeah, but that's
going backwards.
That's what, like, I don't understand. They're saying like, oh yeah, you'd be really unlucky to catch it. Like if someone was like,
you'd be fucking really unlucky.
Like, but if someone if someone had it and they were on like a metro in London, what do they call it? The fucking tube
on the tube
on the tube, and they were like holding on to like the handrail, and then you held it. They say, oh, that would be really unlucky if you ended up getting it from that.
Has it not got to be like?
But then, how come so many people have got it?
Yeah.
If it's not that like, I don't know. How does it spread?
I don't know, because maybe you touch somebody who's got it, and then they had saliva on their hands or something, and then you put your hand to your mouth. It's simple as that, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That's what it's like. It's got to, doesn't it, go into your system through that way? Isn't it like mouth to mouth, or like it doesn't just like. I don't think you can cough on somebody and they catch it. Actually, maybe you can.
Yeah, I'm fucking clueless on it, to be honest, mate. But
either way, I don't want to get it.
Yeah, either way, I would be fucking miles away from anyone that has.
Yeah, I mean, if it started off as a really bad pandemic, and it really blew up and it was spreading really quick. I mean, like
which could totally
happen because it's all right. You've got these scattered cases now, You know, once they've doubled and then trebled, it's just gonna spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's like, okay, fuck this, I'm going off into I'm going to the hills.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
I was going to say, it'd be a class shady weapon to use against against Islamic State.
Well,
but it wouldn't because it'd fucking come back.
They've threatened to use it.
I
saw I read.
Jesus.
They were going to use it as some sort of weapon. What a fucking bunch of
How are they going to do that, though? Just get someone that's infected and put them on a plane? Because really, I doubt... Like,
totally guess so. Just have a martyr who's willing to die for it.
Yeah.
Gets infected. He just goes about. You could, I don't know, kiss people or whatever. Just be a you could just be a phantom kisser, walk around and kiss people. Yeah. Then they're going to have it, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. They spread it. It wouldn't take too many people for it to just kick off. And that's the scariest thing.
Fucking absolutely terrifying.
And there's also the terrifying aspect of the idea that it could mutate and become airborne. Actually airborne. To the point where you could catch it in the air, obviously. So, that's a scary thing. It's like that film, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. You know, at the end, have you seen that film?
No.
At the end...
You know this by now. We've never, ever both seen the same film.
At the end, this pilot, he's got like a disease or a virus he's caught from the monkeys. And...
AIDS. Isn't that what that would come from?
And it basically just says that it hints at it at the end of the film that everybody gets this because in the airport, one person after the other, blah, blah, blah. Infection takes over the world. And we're essentially just like a giant colony, so it wouldn't take too long. There's so many people on the planet.
It'd be class if you're like one of those little tribes in like the Amazon or something, though.
Oh, you wouldn't have a fucking clue.
Where they're like untouched by, you know, the civilized world.
Yeah.
And then they ended up like migrating and stuff. If they became like nomadic and started like venturing outwards and just saw all these like dead cities.
Yeah.
Like where it's just humans weren't there anymore. They're like, what the fuck?
Good for them.
They were like, what the hell happened?
Because a lot of us guys are assholes in the Western world.
I mean, personally, I don't want to die.
Do you know what I think's amazing? How much we take for granted food and drink. For example, I've obviously just been to Cyprus. First all-inclusive holiday. Food is fucking amazing. I was worried that it wouldn't be with it being all-inclusive. I thought the food's going to be subpar, right? The food is fucking amazing. As much drink as you want. Juice, wine, whiskey and coke. Like, whiskey and a dash of coke. It was strong as fuck. And all this food. Oh, it's different types of cakes. Fresh fish. Different types of meats. Salads. 3 times a day. Three and a half, because I was like a snack late in the afternoon.
Fucking starving now, man. Not like you're talking about all this.
I say, sorry, dude. You know, I'm just telling you. And so you had all this food, breakfast, massive breakfast, like continental breakfast, toast, breads. Had fucking donuts at breakfast, croissants, 3 or 4 different types of eggs, the way they were cooked. A shit ton, tea and coffee. Flip that on its head, and then you think about all these people that are starving in these, you know, very small cultures, third world cultures, and countries in the world, and you think, fuck, we really have got it good.
Yeah.
Even us in this country that don't have it great, we've still got it
running water
infinitely better than other people.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, mate. I don't take that for granted because I think about that all. I'm like one of these people that probably struggles with guilt, right? And I think about that all the time. Every time the taps run, well, not every single time, but a lot of the time, I'm like, fucking hell, this is mental. I can just turn this on. I don't have to do anything about it. It's clean.
Yeah.
It's cold or it's hot.
It's cold or
do I want some hot water? I can get some hot fucking water too. I'll rub my ass with it. You know, it's like, wow, this is shocking. Like a lot of people don't have this kind of thing. But that's what's interesting about Islamic State. Being a fucking country like of their own. They have all this shit sorted to an extent. Like food, like courts, like, you know, justice system. They've got their own like crazy police. I know we're talking about Ebola, but just to get back to them, they are like a genuine state. Like they have power plants that they fucking have taken over and run and sell some of the electricity back to Syria.
That's scary. That's really scary. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? And they have, you know, certain obviously like water and food would be the kind of thing what you have to sort out if you're going to have people survive in this state. That's strange. But Ebola, yeah, it's fucked. Terrifying shit.
Do you think they've handled it well?
To be honest with you, like, what, I don't know how. It's the kind of thing where no matter what they do, people are going to whinge. Like, if they screened everyone that came in, oh, that's terrible. How you shouldn't treat people like that. No, that's good.
Yeah.
But they didn't do fuck all. People were like, what the fuck are you not doing anything for? What I mean, realistically, what can you do?
The thing is, we're British and we're going to complain at everything, even if it's perfect. Because
Exactly.
you can't please everybody all the time.
That's why I'm with fucking IS on that one. I don't like fucking white British people like that.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, I can't.
You're an absolute dickhead, Phil. I'm starting to worry about you because you're reading the Quran.
With this huge...
And you've got a huge beard.
man.
I've said to Phil tonight, mate, if he shaves off his moustache as part of this beard and he's got the radical look, I'm going to kill that motherfucker.
Nah, but I wouldn't look like a fucking radical Muslim if I did that.
You'd look like a radical
Amish guy.
No, you wouldn't. You'd look like a radical white Muslim. Because there's some of them motherfuckers kicking about.
Dude, seriously, I would look pure Mormon.
Multiple wives, you say?
Oh, yeah.
Think about all that sweet pussy nectar.
Oh, fuck it. All that Ebola nectar. Oh, imagine licking a ball out of someone's minge.
How can you lick it out of someone's minge? How the fuck does that make any sense?
Right, who do you find to be the fittest last celebrity in the world?
Ooh, interesting question, Phil.
Because the next question is obviously, would you lick a ball out of a minge?
Well, the answer is obviously no. Phil, I would not.
You look at a week to live.
No. Absolutely fucking not. Who's my favourite celebrity? That is a question I don't think I can answer.
I was explaining that.
You know, I was gonna.
Celebrity jihad.
Back in the day, shout out. Back in the day, I would have said Kelly Brook.
Yeah.
But she kind of keep a guy for 5 minutes before she's sucking somebody else's cock.
Why, you take that into account when you think about drugs?
I'm a people person, Phil.
I'm a bit of a girl like that as well, to be honest.
I'm trying to think. I'd probably say Scarlett Johansson, and that's kind of just a recent thing, like the past year.
I like them to be a little bit darker than that.
It's not just Scarlett Johansson, Phil. I've got a massive list. I kind of round it down to just one.
I got it right here, saved. On a desktop. Like a fucking list of 100 names.
I had a hidden file. Settings. Are those the settings?
Yeah, did you ever used to do that?
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
I used to hide
files within files.
Files within files. Best way?
You'd put something like C and then fucking C:/program files. like one, so because there's probably is a file that's called that.
Yeah.
And then you double click on that. What's next?
I'm sure I had pictures of Halle Berry topless and things in these hidden files. I used to have, when I first started getting all masturbatory.
Oh yeah.
I was very much interested in celebrity nudity, not porn. I was very interested in the idea of celebs getting their tits out in film. Like, I'd watch something, go, okay, let's see her topless. Mm-hmm. Type it in. Shit, yeah, she's gone topless, that's her tits. Yeah. And then I think, well, hang on, I liked her in all this film. This is when I was 15, 16. I liked her. Shit, she got her tits out too?
I know, it was class, wasn't it?
And they're still getting the tits out, and I'm still loving it.
It's funny that you should mention that celebrities with their tits out, because the first computer porn I ever had wasn't the internet. It was, when you had a computer, but you didn't have the internet back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And
I had dial-up.
I'm sure it was my cousin, Sir Bobby Kegg, that actually made us was it a fucking floppy disk or something like that?
3.5-inch floppy.
I'm sure it was just like a Word document, fucking Microsoft Word 97 or something like that, with 2 pictures, and it was it was a Photoshop image of Britney Spears' head on some topless chick's body, mm-hmm. and a full and some full nudity, again photoshopped the head on top of the body.
I hate fake nudity,
and I was just like, wow, I know that's fake, but fuck, that's love.
Some of them are really good, but I still don't. I like integrity.
Yeah, and
I'm such a fan.
Humans like authenticity. That's why that's why in porn, what you'll find is in the comments a lot of the time, say if a chick's orgasmed or whatever in the clip, dudes will try and say, oh yeah, that was real. Or they'll be like, oh no, that wasn't real, it was shit, because for some reason that's important for a man and that. This authenticity,
yeah,
oh, does she really enjoy it, or
is she an actress getting paid a shit ton of money?
Or is she really not enjoying it, because some people turn on by that. She better not be enjoying it, and I think she isn't. Great.
Don't you fucking look at me. Porn's an interesting thing, isn't it?
Did you
really fucking interesting thing, because women are getting paid. It's like legalized prostitution on film. I mean, prostitution being illegal, in my opinion, is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
There's so many loopholes though, because you've got escorts.
Yeah. I remembered something that I was going to say on the sex podcast.
Which was the second one. Phil, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Shout out to that one.
And shout out.
Listen to it, but
Take it with a pinch of salt.
take it with a pinch of salt. Make sure your parents aren't in the room. And some Vaseline and
Some tissues.
some dirty thoughts.
But yeah, when you're saying porn's an interesting thing, the search behaviour of humans on the internet is a very interesting thing. And I think, I know it's mainly dudes that's like watching porn anyway, but the people that are typing in the two words big and dick, a lot of the time are straight guys. So,
I wonder why.
well, probably mentioned it last time. Dudes turned on, or just inherently turned on by erect penises. Straight men are turned on by erect penises. No one's ever going to admit that, but that's what the research and the science shows. And specifically ejaculation as well, because of the sperm competition thing. It's meant to get a dude going, and like that's why the money shot is called the money shot. You know, because dudes actually want to see that happen.
That's like
Gay as hell, I know. It's mad, isn't it?
shit.
So just drop that bombshell in.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. The end.
I need to pour
Good
myself.
night.
Goodbye. I need to pour myself another whiskey. Shout out to Black Rose Whiskey. I'm starting to fear an addiction to whiskey coming on, Phil.
Uh-oh.
Because it just goes down so well.
Do you drink to the point where it like alters your consciousness?
I drink to the point
And
where
I'm not on about like fucking tripping out.
No, I drink to the point where I get a buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't drink to excess.
And how often do you do it?
Well,
4 times a week.
every night since coming back from Cyprus, because that bottle of whiskey's been in my room. But I've not sometimes it's just been a tiny bit. I'll never drink to the point where I'm inebriated every night.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. Give it time. I'll check back in a year. See where you're at then. Pretty look like me. Fucking beard out to you.
I am growing the beard, man.
Get in.
You know what Rachel said to us? She said, I like the look of it. I just don't like the feel of it.
Just get used to it.
So I'm getting there. I'm starting
How long are you going to give it?
But the thing is, though, I'm at a loss because, like, I want to grow the beard, but at the same time, I want to do Movember.
Yeah.
So I just want to have a mustache. But then I think, is it worth losing the beard just for a mustache? When I'll probably not do the mustache thing for charity.
Yeah, fuck that. Mate.
Besides Movember, you've got to go clean shaven to begin with and grow the mustache. That's part of it.
Really?
Yeah, you can't just like shave and then leave yourself with a mustache. You're meant to start from fresh and grow a mustache.
Ah, fuck that.
I can't do that.
Mate,
I'm like about 14 years old.
Just grow the friggin' beard and just like put some mustache wax in and twizzle that motherfucker.
I remember when I could twizzle my mustache.
I'm back
Love
there,
that. Me, Ian McCall. That was class.
Uncle Creepy.
Uncle Creepy.
Yeah.
Have you seen his wife?
No, but I imagine she's probably
She's
fucking lush.
absolutely beautiful.
They'll all be lush. Like, if you're a fucking fighter, you're an alpha, aren't you?
Have you seen Warrior with Tom Hardy?
No.
I was watching that again on the plane. You know who's in it? Brian Callen.
Is he?
Joe Rogan's man. He's like the commentator for the MMA, which had me surprised because I thought, well, I would have thought they would have put Joe Rogan on there because he can act, and it's what he does as another half of his like profession besides the comedy aspect of it.
Yeah.
He's an MMA commentator, so I wonder why he wasn't on there.
Fuck knows.
Strange.
Probably just busy actually doing that job, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'm a massive fan of Brian Collins, so seeing.
Listen to the latest one with Rogan.
I didn't finish it, but I was listening to it by the pool.
It's class.
And they're talking about the hunting and that.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
If anybody's listening
Really
to this
good,
that doesn't know about the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, check it out.
Oh, definitely.
It's fantastic. Ryan and Josh, check it out. You love it.
Yeah, do it, lads. And Duncan Trussell. Check in.
Oh yeah, well that might be a bit psychedelic for Ryan. Like,
would Ryan not
no,
be
he
in
might,
that?
yeah, he might be interested in that.
Josh, though, you better be.
Duncan Trussell Family Hour.
Yeah. One of
And
my favourites.
tangentially speaking with
Dr. Christopher Ryan.
Dr. Christopher Ryan, yeah.
Author of Sex at Dawn. He
Sex
was
at
mentioned
Dawn.
in the Sex podcast. Podcast number 2.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned Chris Ryan a few times, but
I'm going to read that book again. Actually, no, I'm not. I've already read it a few times.
I'll tell you what I've been indulging in recently, thanks to Ryan and Chris.
Go on.
The Jack Reacher books.
Alright.
But audiobook style. Fucking fantastic.
So, what's the
Brilliant.
audiobook experience like? Is it
It's-
good? Is it better than reading a book? Or not?
It's just different. It's like there's,
Just
there's
like-
a narrator and he's doing all the voices, and it sounds cheesy when you think about it like that. He's doing the women in that, but it's great. You get so engrossed.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, really good, really good.
What's the general Jack Reacher story? Because the
He's-
author of the book was actually on the news the other weekend.
Yeah, seen that.
Week rather.
He was like promoting his new book, wasn't he?
Yeah, and
He's got about 18 books, I think,
yeah.
for the Jack Reacher character. Yeah, it's Jack Reacher's an ex-military policeman, and he's kind of just like, well, I'm only on the first book, but he's just like, I think he just goes about and like solves things like cases and that, like privately sort of thing. Doesn't get paid to do it, I don't think. But like I say, I'm only on the first book.
So is it like actiony? Like, does he have a gun and shit? Does he
I'd
shoot
say
shit?
more like a thriller.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like the one I'm listening to now is kind of, so far it's a bit like a murder mystery, but it's it's really good. It's really good. Yeah.
Any TV series that you're like massive on?
TV series. Not at the minute.
Are you seeing we have it in a 24 at any point?
No,
No?
Ryan and Chris were big into 24.
Yeah, I've just finished season 8 of that, like,
Yeah.
waiting for the next one to come out. Whenever that comes, it's probably already out. Anyway, that was fantastic. Sopranos, did you ever watch that?
I didn't.
Oh, fucking hell,
didn't.
that's amazing. and
Did
all.
you watch Lost?
I did watch the first 3 seasons or series.
Did you feel lost
Seasons.
by the end of it?
I was like,
I know I did.
I'm going to start it again, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But I was thinking, right, what the fuck?
I think they literally lost
The plot.
the plot.
Yeah.
I think they did.
But the setting of it was so lush that it was just
Oh,
like,
beautiful.
it was just like, oh well, plot's fucking weird. But
The
whatever.
first 2 series were fantastic. The 3rd series was okay. 4th was decent. 5th was really good.
Yeah.
And it
What's
just went up- it
what's
just
the
went past.
dude? John Locke.
John Locke, yeah.
I love one line when he gets proper frustrated and he goes, something like, "I've done everything that you've asked of me. Now why did you do this to me?" And my mate used to say that line. It was like funny as fuck.
Now I'm trying to think of TV series that I've been really into. I need to get into Game of Thrones.
I have not really checked that out at all.
Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's phenomenal. That.
Shit. Have you watched it all? You've seen
Yeah.
it all? That was fantastic.
One of the best.
I had the pleasure of
television
not knowing
series.
anything about it beforehand and then watching the full thing on Netflix. I didn't have to wait for any series to come out, I just watched the full thing.
It's mad how, like, I read that I watched a program, I can't remember, like, with the director, whoever the fuck,
Yeah.
and that's some members of the cast, whatever. Either way, they were saying, like, how essentially it gets to the point where Walter is a bad guy.
He does, yeah, the last series.
But
he kinda just
you're
becomes
still, like,
a
rooting for him.
villain,
But,
yeah.
but when I watched it, at no point was I thinking, yeah, he's a bad guy. I was always thinking,
Did you not notice like the transition where he kind of does become like the villain?
aye,
But you were still rooting
but
for him.
I was still like, yeah, fuck that, he's just a badass now.
Yeah.
That's just him. No, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, man. Boo.
That's great. Man.
Selling
'Cause he's
millions and millions of dollars worth of crystal meth.
It's just the way it starts off when he's just like that geeky, nerdy sort of teacher, and then by the end of it, he's just
It's just, I don't give a
badass,
fuck.
and he just doesn't care.
Fuck the Lord. It's a shame that he totally ruins his family life, like, because they hate him by the end of it.
Ah,
Oh
yeah.
shit! Spoiler alert.
Well, they've had time to see it.
Yeah. Fuck
If you haven't seen it by now, why not?
Exactly.
But
Twats.
his wife's a bit of a bitch, Skylar.
Yeah, I
Skylar.
Skylar. Yeah, she's an asshole, especially when she grafts the friggin' a boss when she gets that job. And I was like, oh, how are you, man?
She just starts fucking what's he called? Ted Beneke.
What is that?
Oh, Ted.
Yeah, that was a bit harsh.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I'm trying to think, because I used to be really into film and TV, but I've, with my job and things, I've kind of really took a step back.
What's your favourite porn site?
Nude Vista. It's a tube site. You can get anything you want on there.
Nude Vista. I'll have to check it out. I've got really boring these days. I'm just
Okay.
back on xhamster.com.
Excellent. I love the fact that the conversation's gone from TV, Ebola, ISIS, TV series. What's your favourite porn site, sir?
It's important. Could you please tell me?
I do love a good site that has got plenty of videos of my favourite porn stars. It's called nudevista.com. I also enjoy redtube.com, pornhub.com, porntube.com, youporn.com,
And everything in between.
and everything in between.
Do you ever say if you're on one of these tube sites and
I don't watch porn, how dare you?
well,
I'm
hypothetically,
Let's be hypothetical, Phil.
hypothetically speaking here, if say if you're on one of these tube sites and you typed in a pretty specific query because you had someone in mind that you definitely wanted to see,
Lisa Ann, MILF.
what just Well, I'm talking some creepy shit.
Oh.
You know? I'm talking like dark
Hypothetically,
shit.
sir.
/ realistically.
Hypothetically, sir.
And then if it like say you click search, you've typed in some creepy shit, you've clicked search.
Define
it has. I'm not going to go there.
Okay, sir.
But it'll not yield the results that you're after, and you're like, oh, this is just generic shit. Do you then ever go on to Google and just type in the same query and just go, right, see where this takes us? Do you ever use Google as a porn search in itself? I don't mean Google as in type in Google. Do you know what I mean? Like use Google as the search engine.
Are you being hypothetical, sir?
I'm actually talking not so hypothetical now. I'm talking, do you ever do that?
Well, I don't watch porn, sir. So I'll answer this hypothetically. Wink, wink. Yes.
Yeah. I always feel like a bit sketchy when I do that because I'm like, shit, I don't want Google to know what I'm thinking.
Google sees and hears all, just like the Dark Lord saw.
I'll tell you what. Another thing I do. Say,
careful what you say, sir.
I know. I'm not going to get too fucking crazy, but it's a well-known fact that I do watch porn on a laptop, and sometimes at the end of that encounter, you feel a bit stupid.
That briefly is, sir.
You come back to reality. Sometimes I will give the middle finger to the webcam just in case the FBI are hacking into me and watching me.
That is a fucking fantastic signature piece. I love that.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Sometimes I'll wink, or I'll like do this wink and fucking like just flip the bird, or sometimes I will just
scary thought.
Sometimes I will just literally say stuff like assholes, like just in case somebody's fucking watching me doing it. Like I just want them to know that I'm aware that aware that you're fucking watching.
The scary thing is you could be being watched.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all these cameras that are coming out now on these brand new phones, front-facing cameras that can watch you on the internet. You've got laptops with webcams that can watch you. Big Brother society. I mean, I know it's total like conspiracy, man. Big Brother's gonna get you, man.
Yeah, but it's blatantly happening.
But it's blatantly going on.
Fucking drones thing.
Yeah.
This whole
doesn't Amazon.com want to start sending fucking parcels using drones?
Yeah,
Imagine that sky full of fucking delivery drones.
And what about the whole celebrities? Not that people give that much of a shit about their privacy, I know, but
I do.
But I do as well. Apart from when it's on the internet, leaked shit, which I like to enjoy.
But
have you heard like supposedly drones flying into like the mansions around the mansions, trying to like get pics of them in their gardens and shit like
really?
That. Aye. So like this Big Brother thing, it's taking effect.
Should we talk about these celebrity nude leaks again? Because we mentioned it last time.
Let's definitely talk about
it. We mentioned briefly about Jennifer Lawrence and that. The amount of women now that are having pictures released and videos released is crazy. It's insane. I mean, there's a new like Kim Kardashian video out where she's getting fucked by a dick. And there's a Jenny McCarthy one where she's being fucked. There's pictures of women. It's just insane. I mean, this just shows you that privacy no longer exists.
Yeah.
These are celebrities, fair enough. So they're getting the spotlight, they're getting the attention. They're getting these posts online. And you're like, oh my god, it's fucking, I don't know. It's
even though I'll check
Kim Kardashian with her tits out or whatever. But think about this. Somewhere, if you've took a naked picture yourself, I don't know, Phil, you do send me some every now and again.
Of my butthole.
What if somebody's got those? Not that you actually sent us any, but hypothetically, if you've sent any pictures or I've sent any pictures to anyone.
What, like as in the government, man? Like what if they have them stored?
What if somebody somehow hacked into your account? I don't know who, I don't know how, I don't know when. But what if they did, and what if they've got pictures of you? Isn't that a scary thought? Some random gonna have a picture of you. Fair enough, these celebrities are getting the press and they're online because they're celebrities. An average Joe, some random blood lass, she got the pictures come out to bloke's computer.
For me, I just personally hope that any picture that I have taken, I hope I've been at least 3/4 hard. Because I don't want any flacids getting released.
Phil.
Wild. Because that would be a bit embarrassing. I'd be like, my body's too big now for the size of my dick.
Well, Phil...
I'd just be like, the dimensions aren't right. I'm that gay.
Well, Phil, if you don't keep recording podcasts with me, I'll release them fucking pictures.
Please.
I swear to God. Keep fucking recording me. I can't believe it's the end of an era that we're finishing up recording in the garage. This garage.
Very short era, but yeah. fuck?
Yeah.
Where are you going to move into again?
Moving to Whitley Bay, which
So,
has a garage.
shorter drive. Not actual driveway, I mean for me to drive.
Yes, bigger house, and I'm looking forward to moving now. But I will miss this garage. This is where the podcast adventure began.
For the plough.
Yes.
The brainstorming.
Damn, on my fist. That's going back, isn't it? It didn't take us long to initiate the idea of the podcast at all. It took 2 nights out.
Yeah.
Generally, when you have nights out, you'll have ideas. Oh my god, we've got to do this, and you're half pissed, and then you forget about it the next day. We don't forget about things here at Two Guys One Garage.
It's because we're two massive podcast geeks. That's like my entertainment. Generally, I'd say 90% of all my entertainment is listening to podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly watch any telly, despite talking about 24 and shit earlier. Like,
yeah.
I don't just sit in front of the telly.
You don't keep up to date with current TV, really.
No,
24's. That's one TV show, for example.
Yeah, just the occasional like box set.
I don't watch much telly, and I don't see.
Yeah, it's shit. It bores the fuck out of me. So yeah, we're both podcast whores in the sense that we love listening to it.
We just love the idea as well. Personally, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I love the idea of, if we do this, I'm hoping that we'll connect with some people out there who are interested in what we're saying.
Oh, that's the plan, like, you know.
I mean, that's what it's about at the end of the day. We just want to kind of
talk.
We have fun doing what we do, and when we get Ryan in, and if we get anybody else in here in the future, and on the show, I mean, that's a bonus. But this is just about us having a good time, and I just hope that people enjoy listening to it and just want to get involved. And that's what it's all about. It's the community aspect of it.
100%, and like foster that community side of things. We're gonna have to get more people on, and my sister is definitely up for that. Sister just got a master's,
fantastic,
in psychology as well, so she actually has some credentials about her.
That is fantastic.
So well done to her.
Is that Emma?
Emma, yeah,
well done, Emma.
And she said she's definitely up for being on it.
Awesome. Looking forward to getting her on.
We can pick her brain.
Pick her brains in terms of psychology.
Yeah. That'll be a good one.
Really interesting. I mean, there's plenty of topics we want to talk about. For example, I mean, I know you want to. We'll keep talking about this, and we haven't actually delved into it properly. But I know you want to talk about addiction, which is a fantastic idea for a podcast in itself. Just the idea of addiction, because it's such a big subject, and where does it stem from? And we also want to get shout out to Josh here. I know Josh wants to come on. He could talk about the Illuminati in the music industry.
Oh, he's up for that.
I've had a word with him in Cyprus, and he's up for that.
Fucking get in. Get in, Josh.
And I know Ryan's willing to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. Whether it's Orion's belt or the sun or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we do need to get more people on, but I mean, we don't have to get people on, but it's just a way of branching out. And
I mean, I imagine most of the podcasts are just going to be me and you shooting the breeze.
Well, that's what it's all about. But I mean, if at the end of the day, if nobody listens, nobody listens.
It's going to work in just our favour.
It's just
to pick other people's brains.
It's like I've said before. How often do you get to have a proper conversation with somebody when, for example, you've got time to do it?
You know what? Hardly fucking ever.
No, because if you go out on the drink with somebody, fair enough, you'll have an hour or so to chill out. Then you get pissed.
And
you
then
get more energy. Yeah.
And then people are like nicking off. I'm one of those. I get to a certain point where I'm just like, hey, fuck this. I'm just going to have a little wander.
So you've got that side of it. So sure, you can talk to people at work, but I mean, and I enjoy talking to people I work with, but in terms of sitting down face to face, having a conversation with a couple of people, just me and you, very rare that happens.
Yeah,
very
that's
rare.
Why I used to love it. Probably mentioned this before, back in the day, like last year or something, when I used to go running with my sister.
Yeah.
And we'd be out for like an hour and a half and that. Running and walking and shit. And we'd like have some in depth chats about like psychology and just everything, like just podcast talk. And that was mint, because whenever I used to like really talk, I would say her at my mum's or whatever. Mm-hmm. Hi. And then fuck off and do whatever you were doing. Yeah. But having the opportunity to do that was mint, and it's class, isn't it? Like just actually getting deep.
Yeah.
Like just shooting the breeze, just talking shit, but good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like seeing what people actually think. And just watching people come to conclusions on shit.
It's great, yeah. I love anything like that.
Most people are like generally more open-minded than what you would like.
A lot of people close themselves off because they fear other people's opinions on them.
Exactly, yeah.
So, unfortunately, that's the way of that's the way of the world. People are too scared to express their opinion because they're too scared about upsetting other people. You know, I'm guilty of this myself.
No more so than in the Islamic State.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking better toe the line there. You know what they've got? They've got this like police, essentially. It's like religious police that go around just like making sure you're not doing anything like anti-religious. So, for example, their like version of faith and belief stipulates that you can't put images of people in windows. Mm-hmm. And they were going around, you know, this documentary, they were traveling around, and some dudes had this, like, I don't know, it was a fucking towel with the image of people up on, you know, or post or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. And they said to the bloke, they're like nice but forceful. They were like I can't remember what they said, but the way they introduced themselves was dead canny. Mm-hmm. Like God, they didn't say this, but it was something like along the lines of God loves you type of shit. Come and have a word, please. And they were like, yeah, you gotta get that shit down, mate.
Yeah.
But they'll go around. They pulled this dude up and said, "Mate, you come here." You know, they've been like respectful to him and stuff like that. But they were like, "Is that your wife?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You've got to get you'll have to get a different fabric for the veil." You know that shit that they wear. Mm-hmm. Because he was like, "Yeah, that's." He said, and tell her not to walk with like holding a veil up or something because she's exposing herself there. He was like, if she's your wife, you don't want to do that. Mm. He was like, all right, sorry. And they'll fucking go around and they'll pull people up on shit like that. I was like, fucking hell, that's scary. So basically, you've got to fucking really toe the line there because they're out, like, in plain view, just pulling you up on shit. Like the police, I suppose, would. But coming from, like, a religious perspective.
And I noticed you used that 3-letter word again there.
Tit.
No.
What was it?
G-O-D. God. It all comes back down to the belief in God. And that invisible motherfucker that nobody's ever seen and nobody's got any proof of his existence. Okay, I'm going to start believing in Boba Fett from Star Wars. Yeah, he's my God. I believe in the bounty hunter. I'm going to follow the teachings of Boba Fett.
It's fucking mad, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
It's like a flaw in the wiring of the human brain that can be susceptible to like being so anti-scientific.
It's insane. It's beyond insane, I'll be honest. It's beyond insane. We believe... so many people... Not me. And not you, don't think, do you? You don't believe in God?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
You do believe in God?
Fucking
you motherfucker. So many people believe in this invisible entity. We've got no proof he ever existed. Oh, sorry, besides this book, the Bible. Well...
Yeah, and why did it take so long to fucking bring it up?
What about fucking J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote Lord of the Rings? Should we believe that? Did that happen?
And it's...
Star Wars really happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
See, that's the thing. Like, we can't comprehend how all this shit is here to begin with. You know what I mean? It is an act of God, the Big Bang. So people are like, well, science can explain why the tide comes in, guns out. Science can explain why a sun comes into being and dies and how black holes form. And science can explain all this. But it cannot explain, as yet, why it all came into being in the first place. And that's why people are like, fuck it, God. It was God, Reed. That was definitely proof of God. So fuck God.
He's sent with the dinosaurs, he had to test one. Motherfucker. Playing games with me.
What a crazy fucking mental person. Like, I'm just going to put that shit there and test these little fuckers. So I programmed, if he created it, he programmed the nature of our brains and therefore, like, how we are going to think.
I mean, just look at the stories in the Bible. Is it the story of Cain and Abel, where he wanted them to kill him?
Yeah.
As a test to show his love? What sort of a twisted psychotic motherfucker does that?
Yeah, God's just like in the clouds, just beating off, just to snuff.
Yeah. Go on, kill him. Go on. Prove your love to us. Fuck him in the ass, go on. Play with his beanbag.
Slice it open. Swallow him.
Give it a suck.
Fuck, I'm gonna cough.
Oh, God. See, that's where smoking gets you. Don't smoke, unless they're fine cigars.
Unless you love coughing. In which case, fucking smoke what you like.
Can we give a shout out to the Facebook fans, Phil?
Hello, Facebook.
We have 110 likes on the Facebook page now.
Oh, get in.
Which is pretty great. It's gone right up.
Excellent.
I'm really happy about it.
Cheers, people.
I put a status up on the 6th of October, just saying that, you know, our page had hit the 100 like mark. And I give a shout out to Nikki Haig, because she was the 100th like, which is awesome.
But you'll be receiving something in the post? Imagine if we did.
A lock of our hair.
I fucking ain't got none.
I do.
Beard. Sends a beard for.
Yeah, that's a fantastic beer, by the way, Phil.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to give some shout outs to some regulars though. I'd like to give a shout out to James Ledbetter.
Yo, James.
Big J Dog. Because he's always liking and sharing the things, and we appreciate his support, which is awesome. Loving that. Cheers, James. I'd also like to give a shout out to Donna from Cromlington, who I know personally, and she likes and shares our Facebook posts, and I appreciate that. As does Lisa Cuthbert. So thank you very much for the support, guys, and my girlfriend, who is very supportive as well, which is awesome, and Vic, who is coming with us to Chillingham Castle, which should be fantastic.
Yeah,
we're just, we really do appreciate, whether it's a like or a share or a comment or whatever.
And I just fucking say
we just
comment, just literally say anything.
We just love that feedback, even if it's a like. Really enjoy it. It's great. We just, if you know people who would be interested in the podcast, who just want to hear two guys talk shit, who dip into American accents every so often, despite being Geordie boys, then just let them know.
It's basically like lads banter, like talking about tits and.
Yeah, we hope it don't offend any women there,
but interspersed with like actual little snippets of knowledge that was like, when are we in Reddit one?
At the end of the day,
I know 3 facts on ISIS.
At the end of the day, we are geeks.
Oh, I've always been a geek.
We are geeks who love women without being sexist.
Well, that's it. It's just
we're just two blokes shooting the breeze, shooting
the breeze, man.
Yeah, and we love it. We love what we do. If only this was a job, we just spent all our times like actually working on subjects and
so much better, wouldn't it?
Giving a much, getting across a much better, more produced podcast. But as long as we entertain the people that we have that listen to this, then that's all that matters to us. And as long as we have fun doing it, that's fine by me. Fuck that.
Yeah, like before the podcast, I saw you
if we were
once a year.
What?
Like before we did the podcast, I would see you about once a year, if that.
Phil, we barely seen each other before doing this.
Yeah,
now we see each other all the time. It's so strange how things change. I can't even remember the first time I met you. I can generally remember.
Probably in the village one night.
I think it probably was in the Travellers. The Travellers in Cromlin.
And that was probably like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, I think I seen you when I first started going out there. When I got back in touch with Ryan and I met Chris. Shout out to Captain Soulsby, by the way. He played a blinder in Cyprus. but
Expect nothing less from Mr. Soulsby, like.
Fantastic man, what a guy. And then I'm sure we met through Chris and that and Ryan, and we saw each other. I think, and then the last time I seen you before meeting up to mention this whole. Well, when you got back on Facebook, must have been about a year. Was it about a year? Ryan's barbecue.
Yeah,
I'd seen you because I remember because you got me into Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You got me into the Joe Rogan podcast at Ryan's barbecue, and it was me, you, and Chris.
It was classic.
And Ryan. And you were talking about the whole stoned ape theory and the idea of tribes and the idea of the size of the chimp dick compared to the dick of the gorilla.
Chris Ryan's sex at dawn stuff.
The sex at dawn stuff. And then you said you need to listen to Joe Rogan's podcast because we obviously before that we're both.
So had you ever even heard of Joe Rogan before then?
No, not at all. But before that, we both had mutual interest in David Icke, which we mentioned before. And then I listened to Joe Rogan, and then from there I naturally went into Duncan Trussell, and then naturally listened to Chris Ryan, and then a little bit into Terence McKenna, and then we sort of got back in touch again. And I had all these other people that who I'd began to follow and become a fan of, who you were into anyway.
Yeah, and I was just like,
and then
yes!
You got me into the likes of Alan Watts and that. I was chilling by the pool in Cyprus listening to Alan Watts lectures.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's just so, it's the way he uses words and the way he mentions things and puts things into perspective, and just by seeing trees, for example, simple lines like a tree's not made out of wood, a tree is wood.
Yeah.
A mountain's not made out of rock, it is rock. I mean, that's taken out of context, but
that's quite a deep point. I like that. Do you know Alan Watts himself was in alcohol?
Was he?
He had problems with alcohol.
Wow.
And he wasn't like I think he was pretty open, and he would say like, "Look, I'm just a philosophical entertainer. I'm just here to entertain you with ideas." He wasn't at no point would he ever say, "This is the way, this is the path." It was just like,
if anybody ever says to you that what I'm saying is the truth, you need to listen to it, then you need to take a step back.
Yeah.
That's generally the essence of a con man. I mean, you look at the likes of David Icke, you'll always say, look, listen, I'm just saying this, you don't have to believe it. It's totally your choice.
There's a good like line on that. I don't know who the fuck said it, but it's something like something along the lines of like, be wary of the man who claims to know the truth, but seek out those who are trying to find it. You know what I mean? It's something like that. Like, but the general idea is, stay away from people that claim they know the truth.
Yeah.
Because we definitely don't at this point in time.
Yeah.
But definitely surround yourself with people that are trying to find the truth, because they're the open-minded ones that are trying to figure shit out and are going to like advance themselves and yourself by being around.
I think, you've just got to, especially these days, you've just got to keep an open mind. Keep an open mind.
Without doubt.
Think twice about everything you hear. Take a step back.
Well, it's Timothy Leary, where he was said, isn't he? Just think for yourself.
Think for yourself.
Turn on, tune in, drop out. Would love to have some Timothy Leary acid. Like, I would just love that so much. Do you know One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah, the film, Jack Nicholson.
Do you know the author of the book, Ken Kesey?
Right? No.
Well, basically, he was...
Never met the guy.
No, you never met him?
Never met him.
Real cool guy. Yeah. he did this class thing, it was in the 60s now, so acid was massive at the time. And they were going around in this old school bus. There was a group of them called themselves the Merry Pranksters. And they were there, I think they were going around the country, dishing out like acid and stuff like that. And I had like this little following. I mean, I would love to have lived then. Why do I have to be born now?
Yeah.
It's fucking ISIS everywhere. ISIS just trying to get us to convert all the time.
I wish I was born like maybe the 50s.
So you could be like a teenager.
No, not the 50s. Sorry.
1948.
The 60s.
Born in the 60s. So you're teenager.
Born in the 50s. Born in mid-50s, yeah.
Mid-50s?
Mid-50s, so that I was around the 60s, 70s, Hendrix, early Fleetwood Mac, origins of rock and roll.
So it'd be music for you, that's why you
want to be damn right, music, totally, all for the music.
It would be the drugs for me. That's why I would want to be back.
It was just the whole culture, man. It was just a better time. I mean, look at what now, man. It's like Big Brother Society, it's 1945, it's like everything that was wrote in them books back then and everything David Icke mentioned back then. It's happening now. Now's not a nice time to live. There's no jobs. There's no money. It's hard.
Yeah, most people they don't really seem to be that happy, do they? Like,
no, people struggle to live. Even people that live in this wealthy countries, inverted commas.
But even people that have like material shit, like wealth.
Yeah.
However you would like define what wealthy was, but like. Even they have like psychological shit where they're not happy people. Like they've had weird
money
upbringings.
Isn't the cure for happiness.
No, it's people that are generally the cure for that.
Yeah,
it's your relationships with people. I'm not on about like necessarily boyfriend girlfriend. I'm about like who are you surrounded by. That's generally like what's gonna sort of like dictate your mental state.
Surround yourself with good people. You've got to in your life. This is advice from Mr. David Dinsley.
Dr. David Dinsley.
Dr. Dave Dinsley. But in life, you need to surround yourself with people that lift you up, that inspire you, people that see the best in you, people that will encourage you to do what you want to do, people that won't put dampeners on anything, any ideas you have, people that won't put you down. You need to
people who aren't threatened by your
your
progress.
Change.
Yeah.
If people are willing to put you down because they don't want to see you progress, because they're comfortable having you where they're used to you. You need to surround yourself.
I can't fucking stand that shit, mate.
It's horrible, isn't
it? It is like.
What are you doing that for? What are you doing that for? Well, because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Why are you getting that? Why? Well, because I want to get that.
Yeah.
Why you've changed?
It doesn't have an impact on anyone other than me. So get the fuck out of my face, you asshole.
But in their head, they think, no, this isn't the you I'm used to. I'm not willing to deal with the change.
Because most people want to exert control over you. Because most people aren't, they don't feel in control. So what do people who don't feel in control want to do? They want to exert some control. So they will try and control people. Whereas I say, fuck that. Just control yourself and that'll do. Let the world play out as it's going to play out. Just be in charge of yourself. And that's all there is to it. Because that's ultimately all you ever are going to be in charge of.
As David Icke says, do whatever you want to do, as long as you don't impose your will on someone else.
It's a simple ethic, but you can't argue against it.
No.
doesn't matter if I'm walking around with fucking eyeliner on or something. You know what I mean? Lipstick. Like,
What is-
ultimately, what the fuck is the problem
Well,
with
exactly.
me doing anything?
What does suppression lead to? Depression.
Mm-hmm.
If you suppress yourself, you become depressed. Being depressed isn't a good state for your body. It's a mental condition, but it affects you physically.
100%.
If you're depressed, it brings your health down. Your
It
aura goes
weakens
down.
your immune system.
Weakens your immune system. It's not
And
good
guess
for you.
what? If you weaken your fucking immune system, what does that allow to take place?
You're
It allows
suscept-
cancer to fucking grow in your body.
Yeah.
Because I think your body's generally like keeping cancer at bay in your body like all the time.
Mm.
I don't know if it's constantly fighting that battle, but basically you have something in your blood or whatever the fuck that sort of like keeps shit at bay as best it can. Like I don't know what it's called, tumors. I don't know what the fuck. Like cancerous cells anyway.
Cancerous cells, yeah.
And if you weaken your immune system to the point where it just cannot fight that battle anymore, you're gonna get fucking cancer or a whole host of other crazy fucking health issues, which nobody wants that.
Exactly. So you suppress yourself, which causes depression. How do you get out of it? Expression.
Mm-hmm.
If you express yourself, be your true self.
That's quite poetic.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
You just think all that.
If you get suppressed, it causes depression, doesn't it? You go, even your body language goes in.
Yeah.
You get all hunched up. Express yourself. What does that do body language wise? You open up, don't you? You're expressive.
Yes, and what is that? That's like what you just did there. That like chest,
Open up,
big
being
chest.
yourself.
That's
Alpha.
confidence.
Confidence, yeah.
And to a large extent, and I've learned this, you've got to feel like pretty confident about yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be fucked.
It's like I said earlier in this podcast. You can't please everybody every time.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to be everybody's best friend.
Yeah.
Because of their life lessons, how they've been brought up.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they might just clash with you. Personalities just clash. Don't try and please anybody else. You've just got to try and please yourself.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody.
You have that duty to yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, that's where.
Be true to yourself. That's what they say, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Like, I've always struggled with that. Me, like, I can't like isolate someone in my childhood where it's like, oh well, that's why you're like that. But I've always had like some kind of guilt and shit like that, and I've always struggled to like be confident and like take care of myself before others. But what you learn is you've got like that is your duty. That is your first duty as an animal is preserve the self, be strong, and then you're in a position to actually be able to like help people, and in like a positive way, like in an effective way.
Yeah.
Because what can you do when you're not taking care of yourself?
You can't love somebody else
You
unless
need
you
other
love
people
yourself.
to back you up.
Yeah.
when you're not really in control of yourself and stuff like that, which fucks the whole situation up.
Yeah.
But yeah, love yourself, people. Love yourself. You're
You've gotta love
gorgeous.
yourself.
You're clever.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful, and we want to talk to you.
Who gives a fuck what other people think? I know not everybody likes me. You know, I mean, not everybody's going to like you. I don't know why. You're a fantastic guy.
Well, thanks.
But-
And I've actually had like my fair share of unwarranted bullshit thrown my way over the years where I'm like, what? How can you not like me?
I don't generally
But,
have that
fuck it.
sort of thing where I get like bullshit my way, but people take me. Sometimes the way people take me isn't the way I expect them to. They interpret me in a different way. Like a lot of times, people think I'm miserable.
Yeah.
I'm not miserable. I'm alright.
Yeah. It's weird,
If anything,
isn't
I'm fucking fantastic.
it? You're fucking great.
But I don't know why some people just like a lot of times. For example, here we go. People will say to me, like, I've had this on nights out, and Ryan, who's listening, can vouch for this. People have come up to us, like, when we had nights in the village and said, what's the matter with you? No, I'm fine. Oh, you look miserable? No, I'm alright. I'm just...
I think it's like it's the way people interpret body language, isn't it? Sometimes people misinterpret it. Because something that I think I've got one of those faces where it just irks some people, like, because some people I've noticed, and other people have noticed, Vic, she's noticed, some people automatically take a fucking dislike into me when I haven't even said a fucking thing. It's just like, there must be something about my face that some people, some people just seem to react in terms of, yeah, he's probably a fucking stupid dick. You know what I mean? Like, so some people will, like with you, they'll just like like, I don't know, they'll
Well, here's the
misinterpret.
thing. A lot of people
what you're
think
all
I'm
about.
like... A lot of people think and you're getting the full Dave Dinsley fucking experience here. Like, look, A lot of people think that I'm what's the word? Vain.
Aye.
Vain, yeah. Which, believe it or not, isn't actually at all true, because I'm actually very self-conscious.
Yeah.
People think I'm vain, but I'm only trying to sort of
project the opposite.
when I often do my hair. I'll be honest, I do my hair all the time, and I'm only trying to look good for me because I'm very self-conscious. But people take that as me being vain. I was always looking in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because I'm looking for me, not for other people.
Yeah.
I'm selfish. I'm self-assuring myself. I'm not trying to double check. I'm looking good so other people think I look good. It's me reassuring me, not me reassuring myself that I look good to other people. It's me helping me out.
No, that makes perfect sense. But people don't.
I was never a popular lad.
People don't
school,
try and dig too deep, do they? They just a lot of people just take what they say at the surface level, and they're just like, oh well, he's exhibiting that behaviour, so I can deduce that he is automatically a cunt.
Don't they believe that?
Anything about it.
Don't they believe that people make an impression of somebody else in 3 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the mirror thing where you look in one mirror and you're like, oh, that doesn't look right, so you're gonna try and find another mirror and like, yeah, I always look bigger on that mirror.
Do you know what I think? I think mirrors in changing rooms when you try clothes on make you look better in them clothes than when you get home.
I'm positive about that.
Because I've tried clothes and I thought, God damn, boy, I look good for me. Right? And then you get home and you think, that fucking shit. Why did I just spend 300 quid on that All Saints leather jacket? I look like a fucking idiot.
Fucking hell, 300 notes on a leather jacket.
Damn, yeah.
Money
I've got a
bags.
350 quid All Saints leather jacket.
I've never spent 300 quid on anything.
Oh, the last thing. I mean, I've got a couple of All Saints leather jackets. I'm an advocate for All Saints leather jackets. Their other clothes, just it's a bit shitty.
You like your clothes don't you?
Oh,
I'm not saying that to take the piss on it. You do like your
leather jackets last for years. I love jackets in general. I don't know why. He sits here wearing some sort of fucking lumberjack jacket.
I'm a big fan of that while you're around there.
This is a Sports Direct special. It's
Really?
for working outdoors because it's padded and warm.
Oh mate, I want it. Sports Direct.
Because the garage is
I
cold.
shop there.
Yeah.
I got that cap from there. £5.
I had a tab out cap. Yeah.
I just got it because it was the only one I saw that had, when they're going right round like
Yeah.
that, and they don't have the fucking. It's one size fits all, effectively. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
But go back to what I was saying though about the mirror thing. Do you think that's a perception in your mind where your mind's saying you want to buy this? Buying this will make you feel better. And then if you get home and it looks different, you're like, you shouldn't have bought that, motherfucker. I'm tricking you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I've just looked in the mirror in a shop and thought, wow. Yeah.
It's the lighting. Fucking.
It is the lighting.
If you're a bodybuilder and you get into a fucking changing room, I bet they're like having the time of their lives. Yes, the lighting's perfect in here. You can see all the striations.
Definition, motherfucker.
Look at my triceps. Look at the lateral head of the tri. Probably like absolutely.
Look at those horseshoes, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's one where, like, for me personally, the triceps, during the day, I look in the mirror in the bathroom and I'm like, I can't see fuck all. But then when the lighting's alright, when it's dark outside, and then it's time to put the fucking light on in the bathroom, then I'm like, yay! I can see some triceps. But all during the day, it's like, oh, no tries. 6 o'clock and beyond, yay! Triceps.
In the winter.
Yeah, in the winter. Fuck, not looking forward to
How much has the temperature dropped this week?
1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. I have no idea now, but it's really cold.
I'm not
really cold.
I really hope I have a cold winter.
You want a cold winter?
I want a snowy cold winter.
Oh, I can't be fucked with that, mate.
I'm a photographer now, Phil. I've got pictures to take in the snow, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'll tell you what, that is like, you get some lush photo opportunities when it's snowing.
Oh, yeah.
I remember just taking random shitty digital camera photos, when I was about 17 or something, and I was living at my mum and dad's, and I would just look out the bedroom and focus the camera on the back garden when it was covered in snow, and it just looked so fucking good. I actually used it as my desktop background for years.
Yeah.
Probably about a year, not yet.
If anybody's interested in shots of nature in the countryside in northern England, feel free to follow my Facebook page, Nature Northeast.
No, not literally.
No, just Nature Northeast.
Some awesome shots.
This whiskey's going down far too good for me, Phil.
Well, I think you should pour yourself a nice double and just knack it in front of my face.
I feel I've had quite a bit of whiskey.
I am the devil.
Would you like to sip this?
Go on, then.
A sip won't hurt. I mean, come on. I'll have a sip. This is Black Grouse whiskey I'm drinking here. Are you a whiskey fan now?
Yeah, I never ever go for it.
No.
I don't go for the spirits, man. It's
also, I mean, we were talking about this earlier on. You don't drink it at length, but you're not actually drinking at all, really.
No, it's as a.
It's an expensive drink to drink like in a pub.
You're
You're talking £4 for a single.
I'm just a lager guy, strong lager.
I've gone right off lager, Phil.
Yeah,
right off. I've actually gone quite a bit off ale. I was big into ale in the summer. I might treat myself on Halloween and get a hobgoblin though. Get a few hobgoblins in. You know what does it for me? We've mentioned this before. It's the artwork. It's like I was in there. I was getting petrol yesterday, and they had a hobgoblin in there. For some reason, they've got alcoholic beverages and bloody petrol stations. But anyway, it's like one of them little supermarkets you go in. But on the hobgoblin artwork was like pumpkins and things. I thought, oh, I'm sold. I love gothic shit like that.
It's mad how our eyes can if there's an image that's pleasurable, just your brain.
Oh, you can relate to a thing, yeah.
It's good enough to make a decision on buying. It's like, well, that looks nice, the picture. So I'll buy the beer.
It's marketing.
Even though it's got nothing to do with that picture.
Here's another example, right? Donuts. If the donuts have Homer Simpson on, I'm 90% more inclined to buy them ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love The Simpsons. And I get grief off my girlfriend because it's a child's cartoon. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's class.
I love The Simpsons.
It is mid. I bought some absinthe when I came back from Ibiza when I took a lad over there for work. And I was just drinking that every single night. That's why. That was a nice little experiment as to why I can't be trusted with like spirits. Because that shit was like 85%. And I would have all my cans.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, well, I've had the cans. Why not do a shot of absinthe?
You might as well do it, Phil.
And I would just be like, yeah, I'm fucked. And then it only lasted like a couple of nights. And I was like, oh, well.
Yeah, absinthe is something I couldn't get away with.
It's brutal.
I'll tell you what's even more brutal. Well, it might not be more brutal, but in my opinion, I fucking hate it. Sambuca.
Yeah, honestly, mate.
Sambuca
I can tell you right now, absinthe is so much more brutal because I hadn't had Sambuca for ages, right?
Yeah.
And I'd had that absinthe, and then when we went and met up for the stag do, and we had the Sambucas in the morning, I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be horrible. It's gonna be horrible. But since I was so used to the fucking absinthe, it was nout, and I was like, my memory of this is that it was absolutely disgusting. But because like my body was by then used to the fucking absinthe, the Sambuca, I was just like, yeah, easy. But traditionally, yeah, it's horrible shit, and I usually hate it.
I can't do shots. I've never been a fan of shots.
Well, because they get your ass fucked up.
Yeah.
And they hurt and burn.
I just think that I just don't like them. It's like when I used to go out in Newcastle and that, and back in the day when I used to go out quite a bit. But no.
It's a gamble, like.
Yeah.
It's a gamble taking shots.
Jaeger bombs. Let's talk about Jaeger bombs.
See, I'm like a bit of a fucking Jaeger bomb virgin, me. I'm not. I've had it like one or two, but I'm sure. Like I was with you one time, and Ryan and that, and they brought them out.
Right.
Someone got the round in. Like I don't know who the fuck it was. I don't think it was one of my mates. It was like, what, one of you all up? But either way,
yeah. I
was like, what do you do with this little thing inside of the drink? I was like, oh well, you must take that out, drink that as a shot, and then fucking drink the rest of the stuff. So
it does two separate things.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was like, oh well, that must be what you have to do then. And to this day, I still feel like a tit for that.
And so you should.
What the fuck are you actually meant to do? Nothing. Just tip it in.
Back in the day, right, when Jaeger bombs first came out a few years back, what they would do is you would get the shot of Jaeger, and you get the Red Bull in the tumbler, and you drop it in and drink it. These days, they just serve it to you whole. You don't drop it in anymore, and you just neck it in one. It's a bit of a pain in the arse when the shot glass hits you on the schneck.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I thought it was like a two-shot.
Honestly,
in one, in fact.
Like, well, I mean, me and Peter Hall, fucking hell, we've rode the Jaeger train to hell and back. I swear to God. We did a few Jaeger bombs with the devil and then came home. But after a couple, I mean, one's alright. You do a couple, and it's highway to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the drink just hits you.
How's it that strong? Like, what percentage is a Jaegermeister?
I don't know. It personally might not be the same for you. Personally, it just takes me away
to the next level.
Oh yeah,
it's
the night killer.
Yeah,
it just destroys your night from that point.
One step too far.
Game over. It's like it says game over, and you ain't gonna remember some of this, motherfucker. And that's it.
It's like the sonic droning music,
and
then Do you know?
It's like the Rayman drawing of music. Did you ever play that, Rayman?
No, I didn't.
Oh, what a fucking game. PlayStation 1 classic. Shout out to Rayman. No limbs.
See, I had the N64.
Oh, I had that too. GoldenEye.
Yeah, that too, you rich motherfucker.
Did you play GoldenEye?
Fuck yeah, the GoldenEye.
Oh, one of the best games of all time.
It's actually one of the best games of all time still.
How though? How is it so fantastic?
Mate, I've forgotten the idea.
It's it's a first person shooter and it's just fucking
it's probably like 3D,
awesome.
kind of. Like, but one of my favourites was Doom 64.
Yeah.
And to this day, I will still go on fucking YouTube, type in Doom 64 and just watch people playing on Doom.
Did you ever play Silent Hill?
Nah.
No. Conversation killer right there.
Next. What
do you think about new video games? And how they're essentially
they're fucking amazing.
They're like playable movies. They're like a massive thing.
I think it's class.
It's unbelievable, aren't they, some of them?
Yeah, it is better than film because you're playing the role of the main character. Class game called Outlast.
Outlast? No.
That's fantastic.
You've been playing The Last of Us, haven't you?
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was it. At first, when I played like the first half an hour, I was like, well, this isn't as good as what I was expecting, what the reviews say. And then you get into it, it's a fucking amazing game. One of the best games I've ever played. Yeah. It's just brilliant. Because you're totally like into the story and that.
That's one thing I can't get across to my girlfriend. She thinks that playing video games as an adult man's ridiculous, and I don't play games much. Mm-hmm. But you do become invested, and it's to me, I just see games as like downtime.
Definitely.
Total chill time.
It's
fair enough. I'm an adult male if I play.
But they're always going to appeal to men because it's hand-eye coordination, isn't it?
Fantastic point, Phil.
Dudes love anything that has to do with hand-eye coordination. Yeah. Dudes like to drive. Dudes like to kick shit, like a ball. Dudes like to throw shit. You know, that's just what our brains are like wired to be interested in. You know what I mean? Can I aim this and hit the target? You know, that's what dudes love fucking guns for that exact reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? Every guy loves guns. Mm-hmm. You know, little kids and that. Yes, I can just imagine aiming this gun. That's head and blow his fucking.
I remember being a kid and having one of them like cowboy magnum sort of gun things with the elastic band inside the trigger to make it click.
And then a fox and you oh shit.
Oh fuck me gun. Shit.
Guns died. Holy cow.
You want to wrap this up, Phil?
And on that note,
what a beautiful thing. We'll end on pacifism. I ain't gonna touch no guns.
No guns. No guns at two guys, one garage.
But it's been a pleasure, Phil.
Yeah, glad to have you back, mate.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. Really enjoyed this.
Excellent.
It's been good. Yeah.
That was an interesting little podcast, there.
Yeah, it was a juicy one, wasn't it? We hope you all enjoyed it. Me and Phil are off to Chillingham Castle on Sunday. And we're going with Vic. Yeah. We're looking forward to doing this. Vic's a friend of Phil's, and we're looking forward to getting up there and doing a little tour, a little bit of recording for the Halloween special up there. Should be fantastic. I'm looking forward to that.
With a bit of luck, might get a little bit of spiritual kind of interaction.
Well, we hope so.
That would be
good. Yeah.
Oh, imagine if it did say a ghost. I'm not expecting that, but
let's just jinx it. Let's not jinx it. I've got myself a new camera, so hopefully I can record some like a video log for the YouTube channel on there as well, which will link to the Facebook channel. I don't know if I'll put that on before Halloween. I'll put that video log on Halloween. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but if you've stumbled upon this channel on YouTube and you've enjoyed it, then give us a subscribe, give us a like on Facebook, 2 Guys 1 Garage, Instagram as well. The Twitter's really quiet, to be honest. I don't use it much, but if people started following us on Twitter, I'd use it more, so it's Twitter as well. Everything's just 2 Guys 1 Garage podcast. SoundCloud. This podcast is being aired predominantly now on SoundCloud and iTunes, YouTube as well, but I generally don't put the videos on as quick on YouTube because it takes so much longer to upload them. But they are the 3 predominant channels. But I'd say use iTunes or SoundCloud because this isn't a video stream, so YouTube's just a picture with you've got to kind of be in the room or whatever to enjoy that. But you can download it off SoundCloud. You can download it from iTunes. It's easy. Listen to it on the move. Listen to us while you fuck your partner. Listen to us when you fuck whatever. A stuffed duck or something. I don't know. Do what you want. Listen to us in the gym, in the car. Motherfucker, listen to us.
Yes, please be listening.
just enjoy it. If you've got any feedback, give it to us.
That was incredibly racist, sorry.
Was it though?
And shout out to Ryan and Josh. Well, yeah. Shout out because it was. Okay, so shout out to Ryan and Josh. At this point, I hope you should be inebriated, playing the shot game.
Oh, they're blatantly not hearing this, mate. I think they're conked out on the floor, just in their own puke. That's a fact.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
As long as they're not lying on the back. Motherfuckers, you might choke.
Oh, you know what they should do? They should record themselves
No,
listening
that's
to the podcast.
That's what they were going to do.
Oh,
that's what they're going to do this weekend. So I'm going to text you, Ryan, before this airs to remind you that you're meant to be recording this for us. That's what he said. He said he was going to record it.
Oh, God.
I don't know how the fuck they're going to have a recording on for this long, but yeah.
Just even a 5-minute segment.
Even a 5-minute segment, yeah. Be fantastic. Actually, if he does send me that, I might put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
That would be funny. I'd like that. So yeah, follow us on all the social networking channels. Me and Phil really appreciate all the 110 likes we've gained so far, which is pretty great considering what two unknowns in a garage. It's awesome. And if anybody has any suggestions or ideas or anything, any contributions towards the podcast, let us know. And Halloween special is in 16 days. Any ghost stories or anything anybody wants mentioned, freaky stories, again, let us know. But for now, it's bedtime.
Holla at your boy.
So, we'll see you on the next one. Good night.
That's what done it.
Creepy, freaky castle. And
it's a class castle.
It's really gothic. Yeah, I love the fact that they've got loads of leftover tartan, old furnishings just lying around. It hasn't been tidied up, and it doesn't look like Bamburgh Castle, for example. Nothing's there's not much stuff behind glass that's sealed off, and it's just an old castle that you just walk around. It's
just welcome, just come on in.
do you think it's funny though? Because in the castle they've got people have nicked stolen things in the past, but they've had to bring them back because they've been cursed from it.
What? Really?
I think when we go in one of the first rooms, we'll see it. It's like a note. There's a few sheets of paper that say, "Oh, I took this. I'm sorry. I've been plagued with nothing but bad luck ever since I took it. Things have happened in the house, so they've brought it back."
Immediately, the skeptic in me says,
"Market employee?
Is that really them, or is that them trying to or is that the people that work for the castle trying to just scare you and gone?
Well,
look, I didn't fucking like anything. You awesome.
That's you being skeptical, Phil. How dare you? What have you done for the past 2 weeks?
Good question. Pretty much nothing. Just drank some beer, lifted some weights.
My God, you're a beast.
No, mate.
Now, rumour has it that Ryan and Josh are going to listen to this in Norway. And make a drinking game out of it. So feel free to join in. Anybody else that's listening to this, just apparently they're going to do it every time either I say something fucking ridiculous or either me or Phil speaking in an American accent. So
that was another. There was a couple of things that Ryan said the last time as well, wasn't there?
What was that?
What other examples? Other cues for them to start drinking or to take a shot or whatever. That was the American accents, as you say. Oh, what the hell?
Tangents? If we went off on a tangent? I think you'd be fucked about 5 minutes into the podcast.
Easily.
Depending on what you're shotting. Let's say whiskey. Come on, boys. If you're going to do it the manly way. Actually, no, because then you're not enjoying the whiskey drink, are you?
Yeah, but
you're using it as a sauce to get fucked.
But why not? It has many uses.
It does.
You glass somebody with it if you had to. You can drink it because it tastes nice and you enjoy it, or you can drink it because you want to get absolutely fucked up. I'm sure there are other things. You could probably use it a bit of a Molotov cocktail and all if you had to.
I've took whiskey in the eye before.
What, like a shot in the eye, like Eyeball Paul, Kevin and Perry?
And it's nasty, like.
My mate did that with vodka once. What's it like? Does it stink for ages, or does it just stink for a couple of minutes? I
can't really remember. All I know is it's fucking nasty, man. Took it in the eye. Because it was when I worked at Langley Castle, so they had the little bottles you get in fridges in hotels and things, and I just took I think it was a spoonful in the eye. Fuck, it's so nasty. It does. It feels horrible.
What, you friggin' poured some whiskey on it with a spoon and then put your eyeball...
It was either a spoon or the cap of the bottle, I'm not sure. I think it was a spoon and then just like poured it in.
Oh, you pulled your friggin' eyelid forward.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Go big or go home, boy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Did you get fucked off it?
I only did one, and I can't really remember. I don't think it was that bad.
I can't remember.
But then again, back in the day, you know, fucking Shandy would have had me on me back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, a responsible drinker, aren't you?
I do have a glass of whiskey here tonight. I'm drinking tea at the minute, but there is a bottle of Black Rose right next to me here. You want to give that whiskey a smell, Phil?
Go on then.
Yeah. Scottish blended malt whiskey, that, isn't it? No, it's not malt, but it's blended Scotch whiskey. Anyway.
I couldn't be trusted with stuff like that.
What stuff as strong as that?
Yeah, I would just probably end up in hospital because I would just keep drinking until I was fucked. Imagine you could get fucked pretty quickly without realising it, and the next thing you know, you've been a hole in your stomach. You're like, oh shit, alcohol poisoning now. Entering 999. I'm fucked.
Me and Chris have discussed this many times. Whiskey's a man's drink. Don't fuck around with whiskey because it'll fuck back twice as hard. It will.
Baby buck's back. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to start a war with whiskey. Used to do vodka back in the day, and you know, vodka blackouts and all that kind of crazy
vodka blackouts.
Shit. And you're just like,
I could never get away with vodka.
It's too easy to drink.
Vodka Red Bull's okay, but vodka as a lone drink, nah, I can't drink it by itself.
It's a bit Russian, isn't it?
It does a bit of Russian. Yeah.
Ruski.
Yeah. I do like a nice whiskey, as you'll remember from the stag do in York.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened, man? What happened that night? And you got no idea.
Such a class night, that. Such a class day.
I just remember coming back to the room. Me and Phil were sharing a room. Coming back to the room, there's no one there. I'll put something on the telly. Fall asleep, wake up, there's Phil in the room. Fall back asleep, wake up the next morning, there's Phil's lying asleep on the bed next to us. Fall asleep again, wake up, Phil's not there. Motherfucker comes out the bathroom, there he is. Then we just proceeded to spend the next, 3 or 4 hours just talking shit.
Yeah.
But it was class.
Feeling like absolute shit as well.
Feeling like shit.
Just feeling like worse than, well, I'm sure you could feel worse, like, but just feeling like if you had to go through that every day, you'd probably like just end it all. You'd be like, fuck that. I'm not.
I think Gaza does, doesn't he?
Alcoholics don't really get hungover, do they?
Do they not? Because they're so used to it.
If they're like fucked if they don't drink.
Yeah. It's funny how it flips on you like that. How you'll feel shit if you have it now and again, then you cross that line when you have it all the time.
It's just that's a physical addiction, isn't it?
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah. Imagine that. Being physically addicted, like in terms of like Gaza, you know, wanting to drink that much.
Aye, it absolutely destroys your life, but it's more like it's deeper than it's not just a case of the drink is so addictive. It's like now there's reasons why that person is like susceptible to becoming addicted.
Yeah, weak. Is it like? Do you think we could class as like a weak? Do
it again. The standard childhood cliche. It's just how your brain developed,
right?
From being young.
Yeah,
and there's some argument that there's some like genetic stuff there as well, like that could predispose you to being addicted to stuff, but it's not like a predetermination, which we'll get into.
Yeah, you see, yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, I want to talk about.
We've got a couple of crazy fucking things to talk about.
Yeah, one of them being ISIS and the fact that I think we briefly discussed this over the internet when I was in Cyprus, but the fact that they've apparently beheaded Alan Henning, the British aid worker.
Yep.
Yeah, let me just emphasise that aid worker, not a soldier, not a politician, an aid worker. Good evening, everybody.
Yo,
it's been too long. It's been at least it's been 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks.
It's been absolutely ages. It's been.
Because I was in Cyprus for 2 weeks, and we've had days either side of it. So yeah, about 3 weeks. Shit.
You back, man?
I'm back. I'm home. Fucking hate it. No, I'm quite glad to be back. Actually, there's only so long you can spend abroad before. Well, for me, because I'm a home bird before I want to come back. So awesome time, but happy to be home and get back in the garage, do some recording.
As he said earlier as well, the last time we'll be in this
particular garage. Correct.
We're gonna have to go and rent a garage.
We'll still be in a garage, I swear to God. So, let's initiate the post-Cyprus podcast. Let's do it.
Let's go there.
It's David.
It's Phil.
This is Two Guys, One Garage. Let's go. Hey guys.
Hello, everyone.
Cup of tea, yummy. English breakfast tea. Milk, 1 sugar, trying to cut down.
So, is there an evening and an afternoon tea then?
There's not. It's just
a breakfast
English
tea.
breakfast tea.
Well, I'll be
Which you can
down.
have. Dude, can you hear that cackling from outside, Phil?
Yes, that is a drunken middle-aged lady with a drunken middle-aged man.
Can they fuck off?
I think I'm saying, can they fuck us?
Can they?
Probably. We'll ask them. Yeah, hopefully they will fuck off.
Phil, how the fuck are you?
I'm pretty good, mate.
You
pretty
good?
damn good.
Yeah.
How the hell are you, more importantly, after that?
I am...
What is essentially a bit of a dangerous mission, because you're getting a little bit closer to some interesting territories.
Yes.
We're crossing Cyprus.
Being
there.
at Cyprus, I'm very close to Turkey and Syria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nearly... I'm in spitting distance from Jihadi John and his cronies. But didn't see him.
No?
No.
Those bastards.
But going back to your question, I'm very relaxed. Had a great time. Massive congratulations to Ryan and Joanne on their wedding. It's fantastic. It's a brilliant day. Really happy for them. It was nice to see all Ryan's family, and it was nice to spend time with friends and my girlfriend. And yeah, it was just brilliant. Brilliant. Chill in the sun and have a laugh. It doesn't get much better than that, man.
No, the Mediterranean's just lush, isn't it?
It's a lovely
compared
place.
to northeast England.
Well, you see, I still think the North East has its merits.
Oh, it's pretty lush.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but weather-wise, it isn't at all. Like, it's crap, isn't it? Yeah.
Phil,
Unless
do
you're
you
into like grey skies and feeling pretty cold most of the time.
this is true. Do you want to tell the listeners where we're going on Sunday, Phil?
Well, we're going to be taking a little trip to Chillingham Castle.
Yeah, we're taking a little Two Guys, One Garage school trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking forward to getting up there and getting in at the heart of Northumberland and going to that.
Sort them out and then go for the juice. So it's not like they wouldn't want to just join and be like, right, let's fight a common enemy. They're like, nah, we want to fucking purify you, or that type of Muslim bastards, because that's how they see them as like just as fucking wrong as like Christians and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoa, that is crazy that they would be like, they are like a state in and of themselves, and they literally are. Do you know what ISIS even stands for? I've only found this out today.
No.
Stands for Islamic State.
I presumed Islamic State.
Yeah, in what was it? In Iraq and Syria. And then I learned they've actually got like a canny big chunk of like Iraq and Syria that they've like taken over.
Really?
And have just classified as they call it like caliphate or something. I forget how to pronounce the word.
Okay.
But it's basically this like land where they're like, right, this is like essentially a country.
Yeah.
In and of itself. So they are actually creating a genuine state. It's the newest like country in inverted commas.
So how many strong are they?
That's a good question, right?
Because
well, some people will estimate like 3,000 to 5,000, right? And then other people are saying like 30,000, and then some people are saying like 100,000.
how can they take over cities? Where the fuck have they got the firepower from?
Good question, mate.
How are they going around with huge missiles on the backs of trucks? Where's this coming from?
Yeah, really good question.
Why are they driving about in brand new fucking like trucks?
Well, because what they'll do is, that's just what I gather is what they're stealing from like the Iraqi army. You know, because the Iraqi army was trained by the Americans.
Yeah.
And these dudes have managed to like push them back and get the Iraqi army to retreat and surrender like territory and stuff. And then from there they've just been like, right, and we'll take that Scud. Supposedly they have a Scud missile. Fucking Scud missile, these crazy bastards. There's a list actually on, I don't know if it was on Wikipedia or something, but there was a list of some of the weapons that they actually have, like tanks and fucking anti-tank
They've got
missiles.
tanks.
I think they've got a couple of tanks. And you know them like jeeps with friggin' machine guns on the back and shit. Oh, they've got all that kind of shit.
You know what scares me though? The idea of there being people who believe in exactly what they believe in America, in this country, who haven't joined over there, but they believe in their belief system and they want to do the same things over here.
Yeah, and these
war at home.
These IS dudes, they will encourage people to come back and just tear shit up. Just like, if you come back to the country that can't, say if you're one of these dudes from Britain, you're going over there, you know, get indoctrinated and all that kind of crap, and then they'll be like, well, if you're going back, definitely just indiscriminately shoot at people. just fuck people up if you can.
How scary
That's a good thing to do.
How scary is that? Do you know what? That's part of the reason that I'm not surprised that a lot of the British have the mentality that like Muslims are bad, because of all the hate they see on TV and all of the evil acts that these supposed Muslims are doing.
You know, Al Qaeda, they were like sort of affiliated at one point in time, and then I think it got to the point where Al Qaeda were like, nah, these guys are just fucking twats. Fuck it, we don't want to be affiliated with these guys anymore. So even they
even Al Qaeda said, "Whoa, no, fuck no, fuck no." Not that they'd speak like that, like, "No, fuck no, fuck no." It winds us up, and I try not to get like emotionally invested in who's over there trying to help people.
Just trying to clothe and feed starving children.
And they've took his head off.
Oh, they're nice guys, like.
What the fuck is going on, Phil?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Well,
what drives a person to do it? It's not just that. I've seen footage on it's the media, so you can't always believe it, but I think this is pretty much the truth, that there was some Syrian forces that surrendered to ISIS and they just fucking killed a lot of them.
Oh, they'll do that, like.
They just don't give a fuck. They'll just kill anyone.
I've seen a couple of clips as well where I'm thinking, you fucking assholes. Like, they'll get them to start, you know, say they'll capture some soldiers and they'll have them in like a pickup truck, you know, on the back, like the trail on the back. And that, you know, they've got guns pointed at them and stuff, and that, and they're getting them to chant like Islamic State, whatever, and they go along with their whole thing. But then they'll just butcher them anyway. So like these guys are having to go along and pretend that like, yeah, we're all for Islamic State, but then they're just gonna get like friggin' shot in the back of the head or like decapitated anyway. Makes you feel like. Should just go, yeah, you know, fuck your Islamic State, you arsehole. You know, when you're like in the chill with the guns on you, I'm gonna fucking die anyway. Fuck the lot of your heads. Just got out in a blaze of glory, just punch one of them and then just get shot.
I'll tell you what, get Jihadi John in this garage with us, right?
Obama, you suck the dick with many pagan gods. I'm not against war. Sorry, I'm totally against war. The complete opposite.
The opposite of what I just said. I'm totally against war. I don't believe in war. I think it's insane. And the fact we're still doing it in the 21st century with the technology we've got and, you know, the outlook we've got and the hindsight of things that have passed. And the fact we're still doing it's fucking ridiculous. But then again, it's all about the money. But I think something needs to be done about ISIS. I know often, you know, you read conspiracies about the media doing things to favour using force, and you don't always see like both sides of it. But in terms of ISIS, Islamic State, ISIL, whatever Obama wants to call them, because they need to be wiped out.
Because somewhere down the line, it does appear to be factual that they definitely chased loads of like Christians out of a village, and they ended up like up some mountain, halfway up a friggin' mountain, with nothing. Like, that seems like, alright, that is what they're doing.
The fact of the matter is, ISIS and all the followers that are involved with ISIS are grade A cunts. Right? They believe in a radical belief system that, as far as I can tell, has very minimal relation to the source material that they're said to believe in. They're just a tribe of mental motherfuckers. Let's be honest, they've gone beyond believing in what they believe in. They're just taking it to ridiculous extremes.
Yeah, something I read that I found like
it's sick,
particularly mental. I was like, whoa, these guys are legitimately crazy. Was that you know how, like, generally speaking, Muslims don't like Jews, and who's like the in Palestine? Who's like that group? Is it Hezbollah or something like that?
I don't know.
Or Hamas, that shows you how much I know. It begins with an H, one of the two. Probably two completely different groups. Either way, they said that these Islamic State dudes would rather because they want to purify the Islamic people. So they want all Muslims to believe their brand of Islam.
Yeah.
And so they would rather deal with the Muslim Palestinians first, even though they're fighting the Jews. So they'd rather